This is Steve from Boxing UK in association with Supreme CBD. Spencer Oliver, you're up our neck of the woods.
Yeah, I'm loved. Do you know what, Steve? I love it up here. I love the, it's a real boxing town, Newcastle. Like Savannah, when she last boxed here, she's just built such a big fan base. I love Newcastle. Great place.
Can you talk us through the card? It's obviously Savannah's headlining.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Listen, Savannah Marshall. It's all about. It's all about how she looks here for me. I think Claressa Shields is coming over, and it's about, for me, how Savannah deals with it and deals with the occasion and how she puts on the performance. And all roads lead to that unification bout with Claressa Shields. So I'm expecting a big performance from Savannah Marshall. I really am. I think that she's going to go out there and I think she's going to deliver, because she's been talking about this actually. Savannah, one of her big problems was that she always had that confidence issue, that when a lot of pressure was on her shoulders, in championships as an amateur, every time she won a championship, a major, she crashed out of the next one, and that was purely because of the struggles with dealing with the pressure. She's now developed as a person, as a fighter, not just as a fighter but as a person, and that confidence has gone into and transformed into her boxing career. Whereas an occasion like this, she would have been feeling the pressure and feeling like the weight was on her shoulders. Now she's thinking, bring it on. I love this. Herman's the girl that she's fighting is a great fighter. Former world champion, current European champion, and a great test for her at this stage. Now, the common factor of this is Herman's boxed Claressa Shields. She lost on points, but she tested Claressa, to be fair. Although the scores were really wide, Claressa, she had to stick to her game plan, and she got caught with a few shots. So this is a great opportunity for Savannah to make a statement, to deliver and make a statement. So, really, I can't wait for this. I'm looking forward to it.
Provided she gets through with Spencer, like you say, Claressa Shields, would you say that's the biggest women's fight? Because everyone's saying Katie Taylor-Serrano, but Claressa Shields and Savannah...
That's as big as Katie Taylor-Serrano, definitely, without a doubt. I think that it's a fight that's been brewing now for a while. Claressa Shields come over here and boxed in Cardiff, put on a performance in Cardiff, and Savannah was at ringside. Savannah got in her head, built up a little bit of momentum for the fight coming up, and now Claressa Shields is coming over here and watching Savannah fight. I'm expecting fireworks again. There's real momentum over this, and they've got history. They go back that Savannah Marshall remains the only girl ever, amateur or pro, to beat Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields, that's always grated her, it's always got under her skin, and she wants revenge. But Savannah Marshall's in a great place at the moment. I think Peter Fury's done an unbelievable job of developing her as a person, with her confidence. She's always had the technical ability. She's always had that in the locker, but confidence has always played a major factor in her career. Now that's gone. She now thrives off that. I think that what she struggled with, that she couldn't tell the difference between nerves and fear. I think that when she sort of got nervous and the pressure felt on her, she thought that was fear, but actually it's not. You just need to turn that nervous energy into positive energy, and I think that's what she's managed to do, and I think that's why we're seeing her perform the way that she is.
Good man, Spence. We've only got a few minutes, so can I rattle through some wider boxing questions?
Yeah, go.
I don't know if you saw Danny Williams fighting at the weekend.
I did. Very sad. Now, me and Danny Williams, tell a story about Danny Williams. We boxed together in the Commonwealth Games out in Canada, Victoria Island in 1994. Danny got a bronze, I got a silver. We were the only two to medal, I think. Oh no, Peter Richardson, I think, got a gold. But anyway, Danny was, so we were teammates. We traveled, and he was a great fighter, an unbelievable talent. And I'm so sad to see Danny still fighting, for whatever reason it is. And people are talking about he's fighting to keep his kids in private education. I don't actually believe that. Danny's earned a lot of money, an incredible amount of money. And he's not a stupid guy. He's not he doesn't drink. He doesn't. So he lives a clean life. So he can't have blown all his money. I just think that some fighters struggle to let go, and I think it's a disgrace, by the way, whoever's allowing him to continue boxing. I was trying to work out who was in the corner, because I only saw a clip of it on social media, because I'd like to call that person out and say, what are you doing? Why are you cornering this man? Because Danny's the last guy that's going to decide to stop boxing. He's my age, actually. He's older than me. So I've just turned 47. Danny's like 48, 49 years of age. He's nearly 50 years of age, man. Come on. What is going on here? And we've got a guy that once beat Mike Tyson, admittedly, and faded Mike Tyson. But I'm saying you've gone from there to where you are now, to losing to some guy in a hall that was nobody there. Nobody there against a guy that had 15-0 and 14 KOs. What was he doing putting Danny in with him anyways? I think the whole thing's a disgrace. It really saddens me. It does. It does.
Can anything be done, Spencer? Powers that be?
Well,
or?
like, you know, he was boxing under the German Boxing Federation, wasn't he? I mean, the British Boxing Board of Control would never allow him to fight here because they, you know, he would never allow that. But I think that governing bodies around the world have got to look at it and go, listen, we know that the dangers of this sport, you know, that happen. I'm better than anyone to say about that. You know, I went through that myself. You know, blood clots on the brain, I went into a coma for a couple of weeks, etc., etc. You all know the story. What I'm saying is, Danny's an old man now. There's a lot of miles on the clock as well. You know, for the safety of the sport of boxing, you know, God forbid something happens to Danny inside the ropes. How does that look on our sport? Yeah. It's a terrible thing. So, yeah, I'm praying that someone does something. But someone needs to stand up and say, right, you know, the cornermen are disgracing cornering him anyway. I think that, yeah, something needs to be done. I don't know what can be done. Honestly, I really don't. But I just think that the federations just need to go, look, you're 48, mate. Like, this is a young man's sport. Father Time waits for no one. Mm-hmm. I mean, Khan found out that the other day against Kell Brook. You know, and he's like 35. This guy's like 15 years his senior. Come on, man.
Well said, Spencer. You're a TalkSport legend.
Cheers, my man.
Last week we had the little spat on air with Frank Warren and the lawyer.
Yeah, I liked it.
Well, it was entertaining, but there was truth on both sides as well, wasn't there, Spencer?
Well,
can you analyse it for us?
Yeah, more truth on Simon's side, if I'm totally honest, because I was with Frank yesterday, actually, and I was saying to him, like, you know, I just couldn't work out how Dillian Whyte's lawyer would go on there, right? So Frank Warren rightly said, you signed the contract, didn't you? You read through the contracts and you signed the contract, yeah. But then after you signed the contract, you got on radio silence and decided not to advertise the show. So really you're in breach of contract because you're not selling the show, because you feel that it's unfair the money that you're getting. 6.2 million for a challenge. More than Alexander Usyk got, nearly double what Alexander Usyk got for fighting Anthony Joshua. I mean, come on, mate. It's all about the opportunity. So, you know, he's gone in there and he said, well, did you or did you not sign that contract? Yes. So why have you now called for the money to be put in escrow? That wasn't in the contract. So how can you now call for that to be done? And actually, Dillian's the one that's in the wrong by not advertising the show. For some weird reason, he's not selling the show, and I don't understand it. But if I'm totally honest, I thought the lawyer looked a bit stupid on there, if I'm totally honest, because it was not difficult to work out. Simon Jordan said, so plain and simple, did you read the contract? Was the escrow in the contract? No. So what are you arguing about? Yeah. A contract's a contract.
Do you think Dillian's making these decisions himself, Spencer, or do you think he's been advised?
He's being advised. I don't think he's making these decisions. I think he's been advised, and I don't think it's the right advice, if I'm totally honest.
Do you still think the fight's going to happen?
Dillian's been waiting a long time. A fight will definitely happen. Yeah. Dillian's been waiting a long time for this opportunity. Come on, man, go and take it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like Dillian. I like Dillian as a person. I like him, love him as a fighter. Actually, I think it's a great fight. But I just think it's sad that, you know, this is all going on behind the scenes because, you know, it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah. We spoke to Eddie on Saturday and he said the whole thing's just a mess, but the fight goes ahead.
Yeah.
Presuming the fight goes ahead, does all of this get into Dillian's head? Because I'm assuming Tyson Fury's just going to course through all of this kind of...
Yeah, no, I think that Dillian will as well, because I just think it's out of their hands. I think the fighters are really focusing on this fight. I mean, it's a huge fight, 100,000, Wembley Stadium, 2 British guys, WBC belt. Come on, man, like, you know what I mean? And Dillian's been waiting a few years for this opportunity as well. So, no, I don't think it affects the fighters. I think when they get in there, and I think Dillian's going to do really well as well. You know, I think that Fury obviously starts the favourite, and I think Fury wins the fight, but I think that Dillian Whyte's going to give a great account of himself. I really do. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a really interesting fight, this one. Actually, it's a fight that's closer than many people probably think. You know, and yeah, I think that Dillian just needs to get in there and take the opportunity that he's been waiting for, because he probably ain't going to get another one. Yeah. Last word, Spencer. Why should people tune in this weekend for? Oh, listen, it's all about all roads lead to undisputed middleweight champion of the world and pound for pound #1 women's champion Savannah Marshall, Claressa Shields. But first, Savannah's got to come over Herman's, and it's a good fight. It's a good test for her. Yeah. Got a great undercard as well. Florian Marku versus Chris Jenkins. Fight. That's a great fight. Looking forward to that. And Ray as well is on there. Brad Ray. He's also on there who's a great talent, undefeated in 12, I think 5 KOs. He looked great last time out, sensational last time out. So looking forward to seeing his development and some other great fighters on the bill as well.
Brilliant. Spencer, because I've interviewed you today, we can just have a coffee tomorrow at the press conference.
Perfect.
I'll see you there, mate.
Cheers.
Take care, Spencer.